Have you ever wondered why Sideshow Bob is always trying to kill Bart?
You couldn't kill me if I came in with pneumonia and a knife in my back.
It's not just some childhood grudge. It's not just petty revenge. It's an obsession that spans decades, episodes, alternate realities, and even death. Today we're going through every single time, season by season, that this spiky-haired, Shakespearean-voiced villain tried to wipe Bart off the map. His attempts range from ridiculously elaborate schemes to explosions, hypnosis, disguises, and even fake marriages. Bob's been a mayor. He's died. He's come back to life, all for one reason: to see Bart Simpson fall. And if you think he only tried 2 or 3 times, think again, because this story is way longer, darker, and crazier than it seems. It was supposed to be just another episode of Krusty the Clown. The kids were laughing, the audience was having fun, and the usual childish chaos reigned supreme. But behind the scenes, a sinister plan was taking shape. Sideshow Bob, Krusty's sidekick with broomstick hair and a theatrical voice, was tired of playing second fiddle. He wanted the spotlight, even if it meant framing the most beloved clown in Springfield. Bob orchestrates everything. He robs the Quickie Mart with a gun, mimics Krusty's voice, and makes it look like the clown turned to crime. The plan is flawless. Krusty gets arrested, the public turns on him, and Bob takes over the children's show. But what he didn't count on was Bart's suspicion. While everyone else believes Krusty is guilty, Bart starts noticing strange details. The robber could read, and Krusty is illiterate. The robber had no chest burn, but Krusty does. With Lisa's help, Bart exposes Bob live on stage. It's the first humiliation, the first arrest, and right there, with rage in his eyes and teeth clenched in fury, Bob makes a vow he'll never break: revenge. And his target is clear: Bart Simpson. After some time behind bars, Bob returns, and this time, with a subtler and crueler strategy. He decides to hurt the boy through the person he loves the most: his family. Bob pretends to be reformed, polite, cultured, refined, just like he's always seen himself. He begins writing to Selma, Marge's sister, and with his over-the-top charm and theatrical lines, he wins her heart. They get married, and the family even tries to accept it, though Bart growls with suspicion. But the honeymoon turns into a murder plot. Bob learns that Selma is afraid of lighting the stove, so he sets the trap. He opens the gas valve in the hotel room and waits for the explosion with Bart as a witness. But the boy shows up just in time. He bursts into the room, uncovers the plan, saves Selma, and once again hands Bob over to the police. It's another humiliation, another defeat, and Bob is more furious than ever. The episode begins like any normal day until Bart receives a letter. But this isn't just fan mail, it's a death threat. Someone is coming back to eliminate him, slowly and painfully. And from that moment on, Bart is consumed by fear, trying to figure out who's after him. Meanwhile, Bob isn't pretending anymore. He's openly obsessed, meticulously planning his revenge. At his parole hearing, he puts on an act, claiming he's reformed, but everyone knows the truth. And yet somehow, he's released. The family panics. They join the witness protection program. New names, new town, new school. But Bart knows Bob will find him. It's only a matter of time. Then, on a silent night, the camera reveals Bob sneaking onto the Simpsons' new home, a houseboat. He ties up the whole family, then creeps into Bart's room with a knife. Bart panics and runs, with Bob close behind. Cornered, Bart begs for a final request: his wish for Bob to sing a song. Bob agrees and delivers a full-blown operatic performance that lasts for hours. Meanwhile, the boat drifts back towards Springfield. When the aria ends and Bob is ready to finish the job, the boat crashes into a rock and he's arrested once again. And so, the cycle of vengeance begins anew. This time, Bob's revenge takes on a new face: politics. With help from a conservative think tank, he manages to get out of prison and decides to run for mayor of Springfield. That's right, he tries to kill Bart with bureaucracy. Bob wins the election through a dirty, manipulative campaign, promising law, order, and discipline. Soon, the whole town is on his side. There's just one problem, Bart Simpson. Bart starts investigating and discovers Bob only won because of a fraudulent voting scheme using the names of the city's deceased. When the truth comes out, Bob is exposed once again, and even though he didn't wield a weapon or plant a bomb this time, the intent was clear: to use power to crush the boy who ruined his life. And before being taken back to prison, Bob makes makes another vow. He'll get out and he'll make Bart pay. Sideshow Bob never forgets. And when it comes to getting revenge on Bart Simpson, he always finds a new way. More absurd, more dangerous, and more theatrical. This time he creates a fake commercial for a restaurant just to lure the Simpsons to a place where everything is already set. A fake restaurant, a real trap. As soon as the family walks in, Bob appears and ties them all up. His plan? Let an overheated laptop explode next to a pile of dynamite. Yes, tech meets madness, but of course Lisa's not having it. She starts confronting him with logic and arguments. Bob is arrested again. In court, Bob's father takes the stand. With a firm voice, he reveals that his son used to be a fragile, shy boy with a heart condition. According to him, everything changed because of Bart's relentless bullying, and the people of Springfield, suckers for drama, quickly turn on Bart, blaming him for turning Bob into a psychopath. Bart tries to defend himself, but things get worse when Bob pulls out a mysterious vial. Thinking it's a bomb, Bart throws it out the window. Only then does he learn the truth. It was heart medicine. Bob collapses, apparently dead, officially declared, but it was all part of the plan. He faked his death, and worse, his entire family was in on it. Everything had been orchestrated. Alone and tricked, Bart ends up at a funeral home where he's locked inside a coffin. The goal? To cremate him alive. One of Bob's cruelest plots ever. But at the last second, just when all hope seems lost, the Simpsons show up and rescue Bart from a fiery fate. This time, Bob and his entire deranged family are sent to prison for real. Springfield is in crisis, and as usual, the people pay the price, this time thanks to one of Mayor Quimby's absurd ideas. To cut costs, he releases all non-violent first-time offenders. Bob, of course, takes full advantage. He undergoes plastic surgery on himself and on his cellmate, who's about to be released. In full Mission Impossible style, Bob swaps faces with the other inmate and escapes prison under a new identity. Now free and unrecognizable, he buys a house right next door to the Simpsons. He adopts the name Walt Warren, posing as a kind, polite, and friendly neighbor. Completely fake, of course. The neighborhood falls for it. Everyone loves the new neighbor. Everyone except Bart. The boy recognizes that unmistakable voice. No new face, no fake name can fool him. He knows exactly who's behind that phony smile, but no one believes him. Not Marge, not Homer, not even Lisa. Eventually, like any disbelieved kid, Bart gives up. He lets his guard down. Fatal mistake. That's when Bob strikes. He kidnaps Bart and takes him to a very specific spot where 5 US states intersect. His plan? Kill Bart in one state while technically standing in another. No jurisdiction, no punishment, no trace. It's the perfect crime. And totally insane. But Bob forgot one thing. Bart may be a troublemaker, but he's not stupid. Before the abduction, he had already called the police from all 5 states. Right on cue, police cars swarm in from every direction. And as the final twist, the real Walt, the inmate whose face Bob stole, arrives and exposes the truth. Bob, cornered and defeated, is arrested once again. And to wrap up this video with a bang, what if Bart's worst nightmare finally came true? For years, Sideshow Bob tried everything to end Bart Simpson's life. Explosives, theatrical traps, over-the-top schemes. None of them worked. But this time is different. Bob is colder, more calculated, and deadlier than ever. Using Milhouse's phone, he sends a fake message to Bart, asking him to meet in an abandoned music room. Alone, curious and unsuspecting, Bart walks right into the trap. As soon as he enters, the door slams shut behind him, and there stands Bob with a harpoon in hand and murder in his eyes. But Bart, as usual, laughs it off. After all, he's escaped Bob's clutches so many times that he doesn't even take the threat seriously. He mocks danger until Bob strikes. No hesitation, no miss, no mercy. The harpoon pierces Bart's chest. His body collapses. Bob has finally won. After 24 years of failure, Sideshow Bob has done it, and he savors every second of his twisted victory. He takes Bart's corpse home and enjoys it for days. Days of grotesque rituals, treating the boy's body like a sick trophy of his lifelong obsession. But as time passes, Bob feels empty. He's won, but now, life has lost all meaning. He realizes he was happier living in the constant thrill of the chase. Without Bart, existence is dull. That's when Bob gets his most deranged idea yet. He breaks into a university and steals steals forbidden scientific equipment. With it, he builds a resurrection machine. His new plan, bring Bart back, just to kill him again, and again, and again, each time in a different, more theatrical way. Bob falls into a twisted cycle. He becomes both the villain and the mad scientist. Every execution is like a private performance. He relives his homicidal joy multiple times a day, never tiring of it. But his murderous bliss ends when Lisa discovers her brother's body in Bob's basement. In the end, Sideshow Bob never just wanted to kill Bart. He wanted to win, to prove he was superior, but every time he fails, he only proves the opposite. Bob is the perfect example of how hatred can completely consume someone until revenge becomes their only reason to live. And Bart, he's still the same unstoppable kid. But hey, these aren't the only times Bob tried to take him down. There are even more bizarre attempts out there. So if you want a part 2, drop a comment below and we'll bring you even more of Sideshow Bob's madness. Enjoyed the video? Then go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now tell me, what do you think was Bob's craziest plan? And do you think he'll try again? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.